what I tell people and what I've done for myself is whatever I don't change, I choose. So, wherever you are right now, you work to get there. Regardless if it's where you don't want to be. It took time and you actually put in the work to get there.
Wow.
The good thing about that is empowerment is that, it took you work to get there. You also can change it.
Hey, what's up, guys, man? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of another episode of what's going on my channel, right? You're on Adrian Davis now, and you are in for another treat of what we like to call Mannerisms. And I'm so excited to have, well, actually, I like him some days I don't. And majority of the time is that I don't like him. All right, so let's just throw that all out there right now. I want to introduce you guys to my personal trainer. He is a slave driver. I could have sworn that we were out of slavery, but Juwon doesn't think so. So I want to introduce you guys to Juwon, who is my personal trainer, man. He's absolutely amazing. So what's up, bro?
Thank you, man. It's out of love. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know.
He's honest. He hates me most days, but we go to a smile right after the session. So I'm happy to be here, and I appreciate it, brother.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Like, this is, I asked you to be on because it's a few topics I want to cover. But man, for one, I've known Juwon since I was in high school. Like, I'm old. So, what was it?
It's like, if you old, then I'm ancient,
Nah. All right, so I met Juwon in high school. We were in a band together.
Yeah.
Dancing all the time.
Yeah.
and so, man, like Juwon did a whole life change, totally different. I mean, and now pecs, arms, back, and chest, like, what did Manifest say?
Right. We used to dance to that.
Yeah. Exactly. So, man, I watched his life change happen with you. I watched, just via social media, I just watched how you transform your body, dude. Like, and now, like, you're full-fledged into physical training, health, mental health awareness, and all that other type of stuff. So, for you, how important is it for the African American man? I'm just talking about for the African American man in general. How important is it for you with the African American man to emphasize his physical health as well as his mental health? And how are those things like combined?
All right. Well, I can just tell you about my journey, and about some of the journeys of other African American brothers that I've met on the along my journey.
Yeah.
I've been on this road with God, and sometimes I felt alone, but I knew He was always there.
Yeah.
But with that said, exercise was my drug of choice.
Okay.
And so we, not only did we meet in high school, we went to church and stuff together.
Yeah,
so,
man, for sure.
With the spirituality and the physical, the mental integration of that part is extremely important because they complement each other. In the sense that, if you have poor physical health, that, people with poor physical health, they are at an increase of developing mental illnesses.
Wow.
And they balance each other and vice versa. So if one is off, the other one's gonna, it may not be at that particular moment, but if continue on that road, then the other one's gonna be off. So with me, with dealing with everyday African American stuff, I chose not to do drugs. I chose not to do alcohol.
Yeah.
My endorphins, came from actually working out. And then I realized I really do like this.
Yeah.
And so, it's driven, it got me through various degrees and, schools and trials.
Degrees is a
that.
big thing for you. Like, so, I mean, like, you are a student of a lot.
Yeah. But I'm a blessed man. And I say, one of the vehicles that God blessed me with was physical and mental health.
Okay.
And so, speaking of degrees, one of the, I got my Master's of Science in Exercise Science, but I didn't know that God was going to, and this was in Atlanta. I didn't know that shortly after graduating that God was going to put me on a journey to DC, where my first job out of school was at an outpatient facility for people with severe persistent mental illnesses.
Wow.
And so these people, live very violent lives. Some of them were escorted from a correctional facility. They have done heinous crimes and pleaded insanity and things like that. So I had them in a day services program. And this was something new with the Department of Mental Health with DC, that they had me there working as a behavioral health clinician with these people. And no, we didn't do a longitudinal study, but we saw the difference of how they were, before we integrated, a program, an exercise program, and how it affected their environment. And, biometric screenings are, way better. They're positive. Yeah. Also, too, they were less violent.
Yeah.
So, this has been, would love to tell you.
I mean, but the thing is, after working out with you, anybody gonna be less violent because they tired.
I'm
too tired to do something wrong. I'm done. When I get done in the gym with Juwon, for one, I can barely drive.
What?
I can barely walk to my place. Barely get. People. You don't even feel like doing nothing. Like they be like, hey, then Juwon text you, hey, you doing all right? You be like, barely. Like, can you see? Barely.
That's that love, though.
Dude,
that's that love, man. But on a serious note, these people, when I first got them, they weren't very accepting to what was coming because they had never done anything like this, and they were violent towards me. Yeah. And after a while, getting them and getting their buy-in and actually having them to do this and meeting them at their level, they, like I said, they were less violent. They were nicer to each other, in their outside environment, whether they went back to the correctional facility or they were in their homes. So, I made them tired, but, they absolutely benefited from it.
Well, so one of the things that I am witnessing, though, is that, working out, taking care of my body, trying to get back in shape, all of those things, it does help with a level of, for me, mental capacity, and looking at the stance of, clearing my mind for the most part and trying to get my mind right, get my mind intact and all those things. That, it does help. But what do you say, because right now, I don't know if in the African-American community, we are highlighting the importance of taking care of our bodies as well as taking care of our minds, especially amongst men. Because I'm finding African-American men, there is still a stigma as it pertains to being counseled, having a counselor and going to therapy type of situation.
Yeah, I just think, us as a people, we've just been programmed, from days of slavery. Even we've taken on this, ourselves in our own homes of just being tough all the time and having to keep going regardless. Yeah. However, we've done well. We've come a long way. But with that said, we, as people evolve, minds evolve. And we don't take account of all the things that we take along the way, that we picking up along the way. And then, with our great genes and genetics, younger, we take this black don't crack a little far. Yeah. But, we may not have the appearance of aging as harsh as other people from, different descents, but at the same time, we're falling off faster than they are. And the thing is that we got to realize that we got to take care of, the church is not everything. We can't just put it on the church, and we got to, take it upon ourselves. My family didn't do, physical activity or sports. We ate good.
Yeah. And but also too, I'm realizing that our culture and our society, we galvanize around food. You know what I'm saying? Like we meet, that's the first thing. It's like, somebody die, let's go meet and get food. Right. We're going through stress, or we're going through anxiety, or whatever it may be, we automatically revert to food. I know for myself, man, like when I'm going through physical illness or just, I've been in a place that I'm still working my way out of is grief. And even at that place, I found myself going to food. It's reliable, it's consistent. I know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make me feel good for the moment. Right. But I didn't run to something that's physical, like as a gym, or I need a trainer, or I need to be in the gym working out. So, how did you get to that place where you're legit saying, I found like the gym became my drug, working out became my drug. Like, how did you condition your mind? Because I know, like, for a lot of us, I know for me, it's a challenge, man. Like, I don't love the gym like that yet. You know what I'm saying? So when you be in there, you like, this is gonna be fun and you're gonna love it and
Straight up.
I be like, dude, man, if you don't shut up talking to me,
he do not smile at all.
No,
like he do not.
No, like you gonna ask me? Listen, I'm in a journey of my life to be honest, right? At all costs, like, and because in times, in the role of being a pastor, it's not that you're lying. No, it's just like you put on the front to always be okay, right?
I get that.
So I just want to be honest. We be in that gym, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm gonna look in these cameras. I'm telling you, we be in the gym. Juwon be like, yeah, so how you love it? You love it, don't you? No, I hate it. I hate you. You get on my nerves.
He really
you
does.
suck. I can't stand you.
Really
and I use probably
that.
some choice words I'm not gonna say on this camera because I don't want to.
This is the way he come in the door. I'm like, what up, Adrian? What up? Hey, like you gotta have energy. No, I don't. Let's just do it. And I'm like, this is me. And this is me all the time, that truth be told. But on a serious note, I love it that, just to go back to the question you asked, how did I, choose this as my drug of choice? There's some things called intrinsic and extrinsic motivations.
Okay.
Of course, it started extrinsically. I wanted to look nice.
Yeah.
But then it was when I got into it and got into sports, we used to dance.
Yeah.
So like we realized I enjoy it regardless of how I look.
Yeah.
And it became, it adopted as an intrinsic motivation.
Oh, maybe that's my problem.
That's why I told you.
It needs to be intrinsic.
While you playing, remember when you first started with me? You remember when you first started with me and I said, I asked you about dancing.
Yeah.
Are you still dancing?
And I told you no.
Yeah, and I was probing. I was trying to see what it is that I can connect. Because coming to a personal trainer is like taking a vitamin. And it's to supplement what you're already doing. So a lot of people have that wrong. I go to a personal trainer and they're gonna get my body right. No, if you're not doing anything outside, you got 24 hours in a day. And not most of the time we have 16 hours in a day. If you come to a trainer 1 hour and you eating and going crazy the rest of the time, it's not gonna do anything.
You're right.
And you're not gonna take a vitamin in that and hope that that's suffice your.
Juwon, I just feel like after I get slammed, I don't want to do nothing, no other. I want to go home and I be working out and stuff be hurting. I know could hurt. My eyelids be sore. How are my eyelids sore? How does it hurt to blink? I'd be like.
Dude. So to complement that though,
okay.
What do you tell someone as a pastor if you want someone to change their mindset? They want to change. They come to you because something in their reality in their environment is not agreeing with what they think it should be.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you tell them?
Oh, here we go. No, I challenge them. I
Okay.
challenge them for their own personal growth development, and it is about what they do in conjunction. And so applying the same thing would be, I tell them you can't grow in your relationship with God if you just listen to me on Sunday. If you just listen on Wednesday and you're not reading or you're not studying or you're not praying, which is the lifeline to every believer. If you're not doing those things, of course you're going to crumble every time adversity comes. And of course things aren't going to be on the right track and you're not going to be able to find who you are through your own, through your own stuff. It has to be Sunday and Wednesday is in conjunction to what you do every day.
So with that said, but all that's still physical. If they don't have it here, they're not even gonna do that.
That's true.
How do we start to change our mindset on stuff? We start framing positively. It's just like you in the gym, you're trying to build a muscle. You're gonna have to try this. You break it down every single time.
Yeah.
A negative, thought come about, say for instance, working out. You know what? Forget it. I love this. That's why I do that.
Yeah.
You like this, don't you? You love this, don't you? Because
and
we get
like, no.
Right. But when you start to accept that and actually start getting that into your mind before you know it, and it's gonna happen one day if you stay at it. Right now you're breaking the muscle down.
Yeah.
Literally and mentally, you're breaking it. You don't feel like it, but it's like once you start developing that and you actually accept that and actually adopt that in your mind, exercise is not that bad. Now, granted, I do love it intrinsically. I love nachos. I love nachos to death, but do I want to
Can
eat
we go
nachos?
get some
every
nachos
day?
after we leave here?
No, we can't.
Dude, I want some nachos.
I'm using this as an example. Is when I tell people I love it intrinsically, people are like, well, Juwon, you want to work out every day, you just love it. That's not true. I do love it overall, but I don't feel like it every day. Like today.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
Yeah.
And I tell y'all I'm tired, and all this stuff, but guess what? I'm more than likely going to go. Because it's in my routine. I know how I'm going to feel if I don't.
Yeah.
So with that said, it's just one of those things that some days you can feel like you're going to lift the whole gym.
Yeah.
And some days not so much. But right now, you got to adopt that positive mindset. It may break it down. What is it that I don't like about it?
Yeah.
And why? What is it about dancing? You used to dance all day.
I did,
all day
dude.
long.
I did.
What trips me out about people that dance, have you tried dancing for a whole song and literally thought about it? Dancing for one whole song, 3-minute song, just getting it.
No,
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, like you literally step outside of your own physical whatever, like you know, and you tap into something because you enjoy it.
Yeah, but if you think about it, then it becomes hard.
Yeah.
But something intrinsically, you just enjoy it. I mean, we used to literally have hours of dancing.
Yeah, we did nonstop.
And that is one of the, most strenuous exercises, depending on the severity of what, if you get it, if you really
doing the do.
If you're really getting it. But, I see a lot of people out there that would dance, songs all day. You ask them to do one push-up. I can't.
Yeah.
And then that's why I try to relate things to what people enjoy.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy outside? And you may not ever adopt the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get it twisted. Mm-hmm. You may not ever adopt the gym so you love it, but you won't hate it as much when you relate it to, when you connect it with something that you actually intrinsically love.
Okay.
So if I'm using dancing as an example, if you go into a dance competition, if you know this dance competition, right?
Yeah.
And you know that you got to get these muscles and stuff like that up, you're not gonna hate the gym as much. You may not ever love it, but you're not gonna hate it as much because you can connect it to that. That is what I think personal trainers should do. A lot of people don't, but because I'm really big on the infusion of mental and physical training, then I try to connect it because I'm not as successful if my clients are not successful.
Okay. So, all right. So how do we, so even paralleling to the church aspect, right? I tell people all the time, like, people have these encounters with God, right? We lay hands or they go through a process of deliverance. They, roll around on the floor. Oh, God didn't change me. And they get up. And that's the emotional high, right?
Yep.
But after you come down from the emotional high, after every bit of deliverance, there's the decision that you have to make to be consistent in the decision that you make. Deliverance, I tell people this all the time, like people think deliverance is one encounter with God. No, it's a mental rewiring that you have to make daily. Deliverance is something we walk out daily. If I say I've been delivered from that, I'm not doing that anymore. It's a decision that I make daily. Your deliverance is only as strong as your decisions that you make, right? So, when did you get to the point? Because let's talk about this life journey for you, right? When did you get to the point where it wasn't like just an emotional high, like you made a decision every single day? Now, they don't know. Right. Like what? All right. So at your heaviest weight, what were you?
Younger, 205.
205. Where are you now? Like muscle. I mean, like your weight, but we know it's muscle now.
Oh, I'm at 194.
Okay, you're at 194.
I've been a lot smaller than this though. This is my COVID body, man.
Stupid.
I'm serious, but
so when did it switch for you to make that decision? Like, it's not just an emotional high. It's not just like you talk about the intrinsic, extrinsic desires. When did it become not an emotional thing for you, and you just like, what, I'm making this decision every single day?
Well, my lifestyle was easy. When it came to that, I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. I was in the military. I was also going to school. I didn't do a lot of, and I as much as I am a people's person, doesn't mean that I like to be around people and like to hang out like that. What I mean, and I'm going to say this on camera, I'm a people's person and I genuinely love people, but as far as hanging around people, all that. So with that said, I constantly got to be doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it came to exercise, it made it easy for me to say, hey, I'm going to go to the gym because what else am I going to be doing?
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, when you have all this ample time, you know, I remember being in the military and everybody else hanging out and doing beer and, you know, and talking about this and that and stuff like that. And also, too, when I was in the military, I still was extremely indoctrinated in the church.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a lot of things that I thought was sinful, you know,
Mm-hmm.
doing, you know, I didn't do. So, with that said, that part made it easy for me to have that transition to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And what else am I going to do with all this energy?
When you were at that place and you're making that lifestyle change, you know, you were looking at yourself and you were saying, all right, either I can stay like this and be in shame, or either I can go towards a change. And how do we convert that in our minds, man? Because I have a hard time balancing that, because part of it is I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh man, I'm not where I want to be, you know, or I look at where I'm at mentally, I'm not where I want to be, and I'm very hard on myself. And at times it may throw me into a shame spiral. Oh, this happened to me, and this happened to me, and this happened to me, and this, you know, da-da-da-da. But how do we flip it to be a change thing? Like, yo, like now I got every tool I can, you know, at my disposal to change my life. I don't have to be like this. So how was that for you, and what can we do?
What I tell people and what I've done for myself is whatever I don't change, I choose. So, you know, wherever you are right now, you work to get there. Regardless if it's where you don't want to be. It took time and you actually put in the work to get there.
Wow.
The good thing about that is empowerment is that, yeah, it took you work to get there. You also can change it. It didn't happen to you. And so we got to think about, like, let's not, you know, a lot of stuff happened to us. Like, you know, some things are going to be out of our control, but our physical health, we control that. And not, you know, right now, even in the pandemic, and we saw that, you know, by a landslide, African Americans were dying faster. And some of that may be by design, but I tell you one thing, if we don't take care of ourselves on a daily basis, we're not giving ourselves a fighting chance.
Yeah.
We know this stuff is out there, and you know that it's going to come towards us for whatever reason.
Yeah.
However, we need to be in the best fighting shape that we possibly can be. And this is for your fit. If you don't even do it for yourself, do it for your kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that was my thing, is whatever I don't change, I choose.
Man, I'm gonna keep that quote. That's that. I mean, that's the truth.
Real talk.
Man, whew, that just hit me somewhere. I promise
You don't change it, you choosing it. And it's like, I don't want to
Wow.
choose that. I don't want to look at because that's more shameful than anything
Wow.
else at the end of the day, that I chose that.
Man, that just made me that inspired me and made me mad all at the same time.
You know, it's supposed to get some emotions out.
Yeah, it's because there's some stuff I'm putting up with that I'm like, I'm choosing this at this point.
And I say this, as a people that have risen, we've come a long way from the slaves of slavery. I mean, the days of slavery and the days of segregation. We come a long way, and we've, you know, broke through barriers that people thought that we couldn't. Only thing that's stopping us is ourselves. We should not be dying faster.
Yeah.
We are superior. I say genetically superior to me.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to physical strength and activity and all that stuff, we are.
Yeah.
That's why all of the major sports, most of the United States major sports are filled with us.
Yeah.
We should not be dying faster for health causes.
Yeah.
We're choosing that.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds tough, and I know that sounds brutal, but we are.
Yeah.
There's no reason. We can change. We can do anything.
Yeah.
So we have to realize that. And I say that to myself, even, you know, you'll hear me harp on my body. I got to stop saying that.
You got to.
Because that becomes your reality. And I know we do that. We, you know, human beings, we tend to say, you know, just the simplest thing, I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And what do you think your day is going to be?
Yeah. Yeah. Because, you know, like, I mean, I have to do better with that too, man, because I know that our day goes in the shape of our words. You know, we have the capability to shape that. And I remember my man, I need to see if Miss Griffith is still alive. That was my kindergarten teacher. She was fresh out of college, and like, I love Miss Griffith, man. And but one of the things she used to tell us, like, I remember this from kindergarten to now, like, so it's crazy what type of impression this puts. For one, my memory's amazing, but but I thank the Lord for that right now.
Right.
But she used to tell us that your day goes in the shape of your lips, and I used to be like, you know, what does that mean? She said, if you smile, it's gonna go up, if you frown, it's gonna go down.
It
was always like so she, you know, it was her way to challenging us to always smile, to always, you know, what are you frowning for? Your day's gonna go in that way. You know what I'm saying? Don't frown. Don't have you know. And man, like I'm realizing that, man, like now I just got to continue to take authority over my days. With, you know, our words have so much power, and we know that biblically, but understanding that from the standpoint of our mental space and our health, and challenging ourselves to get in that gym, man, that's a big part.
And it's not you know, it's not even about the gym, even if, because some days you just don't feel like it.
Yeah.
I mean, be
real.
real.
Physical activity. Let's say that.
Just physical activity. Take some walks around the block. I mean, we call out homeboys, homegirls, cousins, everything to do everything else but that. Why is that?
Wow. That's true. That's
like,
true.
We'll
call them over to play some spades, or have food.
We do need to play some spades though.
Or watch the game. Or whatever,
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's so true.
You
but
know,
we don't. We won't be like, hey, come on, let's go for a walk. Let's go hit the gym. Let's go.
And normalize those phrases. Normalize that, because I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people I can call now. Go to the gym. Yeah, right. You know, because it's so abnormal.
Well, for
but
one, ain't nobody trying to go to the gym with you. That's you scared off everybody that wants to go to the gym with
Not
you.
At all.
Just so we can make that perfectly clear, because I mean,
no,
I don't know what type of fool I am to pay somebody.
I was gonna say, because he paid me, you know,
to pay somebody to take me through the rigorous, emotional. No, but like when I leave there though, as much as my body's broken down, my mind is lifted up though. Like I feel good. I feel like, man, like I can, you know, as much as I feel like I can conquer the world, my body doesn't feel that way, because but I know eventually I'm gonna get to the point where like I can handle it better. You know, it's just me getting back into the swing of things.
Exercise as medicine. You know, that's one of those things I say, EAS, exercise as medicine. It's one of those things that, you know, it raises up endorphins and all that stuff. So like, even when you want to be mad, you really can't be mad.
Can't be mad.
You know, normalize this stuff. Normalize it in your mind. I like this. And then, but be honest with yourself some days. You know what? Even though I don't feel like it, guess what? I'm about to get it.
Yeah.
I have to do that to myself.
Okay.
I have to really do that sometimes, because I'm like, today is one of those days.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
But
guess what?
But
yeah, I'm going to drive all the way out there.
I got to go.
To the gym, and I'm going to hit it.
All right. You know, we're going to normalize that. We're going to work on that.
And we have to normalize in the African-American community, too.
Bingo. That's what I was about to say. We got to normalize in the African-American community. Juwon, tell everyone how they can reach you, because I want people to know, like, for one, you do virtual. Right? You do virtual training. You do physical training. I mean, like in-person training. Do all of these things. Well, we're just gonna keep it virtual, because those that, you know, you saying, yo, I need to get into it, and I need to get myself back. I need somebody that's gonna hold me accountable. I could go to the gym myself. I really could, but I need somebody that's gonna hold me accountable, like he does. So that's the reason why my stupid tail pays him to beat me up. All right, so tell them how they can reach you.
All right, so you can reach me on my IG pages. So it is Terrence Juwon, and it's at Gym Dorks. That's GYMDORKS, or at Gym Dorks Fitness. And you pretty much, you can just shoot me a line, DM me. You know, even if you want to talk to me.
Gym Dorks.
Yeah, Gym Dorks. Yeah, definitely. That's the thing. That's the thing.
That's how his name is saved in my phone.
Exactly.
Gym Dorks. You know, like when I see it, I don't want to answer. So.
Oh wow. You know, but you're gonna love it. Even if you want to just, you know, hit me up with a line of, you know, if you need any help of how to normalize this, some of the things that we talked about today. It's not gonna always feel good, but definitely, this is what I'm here for. I motivate. You know, I have a lot of energy, so it's not for me to just keep or just do it myself in the gym. It's for me to share.
Yeah.
Right?
No. Hey. I'm changing. I love the gym. I love Gym Dorks, and I love Juwon for kicking my tail.
And I love you back, bro.
Hey, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. I hope this has helped you in some type of way, man. Thank you for being on today, man. I really appreciate it. So, man, listen, you guys know what to do. Subscribe, comment, share, like. Let's talk about this physical health wellness. I was gonna say health and wellness, so hellness, because that's a new word for you. It's physical hellness for Juwon. He takes you through physical hellness.
That sounds like a new
that
workout.
That is a word.
That sounds like a workout video coming up.
I'll get this on the shirt.
Hey, that sounds like a workout video coming out.
Jim Dorks takes me through physical hellness. All right. So listen. All right. So let's talk about this in the African American community. I think it is very, very, very important. And so thank you guys for watching, subscribing, liking. Make sure you ring that bell so you can know when the notifications and know when new stuff is rolling out. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon.